you're doing the math in your head, you're running around, you're shooting guys. You picked it up at 10 seconds, which means you're gonna minus 27 from that timer. What's up, everybody? My name is HateBreeD. I'm gonna go through some of the things that I think make the best players around. I hope you learned something from this video, but let's get into it. First thing that I want to go through is control. So this means when you're dueling someone, you've killed them. Now they're gonna respawn with no weapons, and you got all the weapons. In duel mode, the guns will, after you take a gun, this gun is not gonna respawn for 27.5 seconds. 27.5. You wanna be back here in 27.5 seconds to pick that gun up again to make sure your opponent does not get the gun. Now, the more guns you control, the more of the map you control, the less opportunity your opponent has to come back. You want to take the guns that you think are the most effective, and you want to control those guns. It's kind of impossible to control every single gun. You could run a route that's going to take you to every single gun and just keep doing that route in circles, but it doesn't leave much room to go do other things. Most people are selecting a few things that they want to control. These items are what they deem is the most important. So obvious ones are, you got to control the 100 armor. This is the most important armor in the game. This is the biggest armor in the game. This is going to take you from 0 to 100, 50 to 150. Plus 100 armor is a lot of armor. These little guys only give you 5 health. This guy gives you 50 armor. So the 100 armor, very important. The 50 armor, also very important. You want to win a duel, whoever's got more health is going to have a lot better chance. So the next more advanced things come when you start controlling the lightning gun. Rankin, this is going to be kind of the easiest map to control. This map is not designed that well, in my opinion. A lot of people have a problem with this map because it's a little bit too easy to control, but it's good to learn the basics if you're trying to figure out how do I start controlling. We'll do this route. You gotta look at your timer. You gotta be doing quick math all the time, because every time you pick something up, you're looking at the timer, you're seeing when is this going to be back, and then you're going to be back for it. So we'll pick it up at 10 seconds remaining. We're going to minus 27. So we picked it up at 10. We're going to go grab the lightning gun. You're going to pop down here and grab the shock rifle as fast as possible. You picked all 3 up. Now you're doing the math in your head. You're running around. You're shooting guys. You picked it up at 10 seconds, which means if you're going to minus 27 from that timer, that means you're going to go down. You know, this is how I do the math if you really want to know. I go 30 seconds would be 40, but I plus 3, so it's going to come back at 43. So I try to kill him for those seconds, and now it's back. I'm back from my pickup. This is going to spawn right on time for me to be here. This is going to spawn right as I land on it. Boom. I didn't give my opponent a chance. You do shift it up. You shift it up based on what you need. You know, you can go 50. You can go over lightning gun. You can go down to the flat cannon. Say your opponent's super good with flat cannon. Control the flat cannon. Don't let him get it. Whatever scares you the most about your opponent, don't let him get that gun. So now the tricky part is maintaining this control, always being back for it, because it's only 27 seconds. That's actually not very much time. So you got to get all 3. Then you have to find your opponent, find out where he is, shoot him up, go for the kill, hopefully get the kill, and make it back in time for your next cycle. And then things start to overlap, because if you're timing the 50 and you've got the 100 down here, let's pick up the 100 right at 30. 100, you just add 5 seconds minus a minute. So it's 55 seconds. What you can easily do is whatever time you pick it up at, look at the seconds only, add 5 seconds. So I picked up at 30, so it's going to be back at 35, and I know that. Let's pick this up here. So we got 15, and we're doing this route. In the back of my head, we know the 100 is going to be back at 35. We just picked up that at 15. It's going to be back 30 seconds plus 3. It's going to be back at 48. We're going to be back in time for it at 48. So now that it's back at 48, we're running over here. Look, it's coming. 2 seconds. Here we go. We're back. You pick that up. You do your cycle. You do the route. But you know we timed the 100, and the 100's coming back at 35. So we're going to make our way down here for the 100 at 35. There it is. So you always want to be keeping time of those main things. There's so many things, and there's not enough time to go grab all of them. Pick your favorite things, and then make sure you're cycling those. Now, if I delayed a bit, so I delayed on that one, I'm a bit late to these 3. I picked these up. By the next time I go to my 100, I'm actually going to be late for it because things have gotten out of cycle now. So if you can alternate 50 and 100 timing, that allows you to be at both. But sometimes you have to make a choice. You got to pick one or the other, and you're going to leave the other one. But you want to maintain control. If you can maintain control, you're going to be stacked up on health and armor. You're going to be stacked up on weapons, and you're going to be not letting your opponent get either one of those things. When you're setting up your route, and as well as when you're on the other side, when you're trying to break someone's control, you need to understand what route they are doing, because not everyone will do the same route. This is just the most common route. But if you're trying to break control, what you want to be doing, you want to disrupt them. You want to kill them, or you want to pressure them. A few things you can do that, you know, you're going to hear them pick up the 50. You're going to time the 50. You can surprise them around the corner, right as it spawns. Boom, hit them with something big, and then rush in. You know, you want to kill them. Most of the time, people are controlling Shock, LG, 50. They're controlling these three, and they're keeping their distance from you because these are distance guns. These do very well from distance. You know, flat cannon is trash from a distance. They don't control the flat cannon. They're not scared of the flat cannon. So you're trying to get them into a scenario where you're close enough to do big damage with these close range guns. Whatever close range gun is your favorite. Could be the rockets, flak, minigun, maybe your link gun expert. Choose whichever one you want, and you're trying to bait them in, get them nice and close. Most of the time on this map, people are going to be in control on this side of the map. People are going to be out of control on this side of the map, trying to keep their distance. But this map has a lot of closer range scenarios. It's easier to bring them in close, use the close range weapons, but they're going to keep their distance. The main thing is you're going to understand what is their timing, and then you're going to try maybe a sneak attack. You're going to try and get in on them. Once you see it spawn, that's when you're throwing your attacks in. Another common spot, you always hear people pick up the LG, and then they fall down here and they pick up the Shock. So a lot of times people are hiding right here. Boom, they want to pop you. Now the best players are able to stop their opponents from getting control by always putting pressure on them, but they're able to use the other guns that are less protected. They can get their hands on them. They can use those guns to do enough damage to keep the pressure on. They're good with all the guns. That's part of the secret, but they're also just good at not letting you gain control. So they're always going to be pressuring you. They're going to hear your route. They're going to follow your route, and they're going to stop you from being able to do your route. They're going to fly in and do too much damage. What a lot of people don't do when it comes to breaking control is you can actually be quite sneaky in this game. Most people want to dodge, jump around. They want to fly as fast as possible. I get you, man. It feels good to be flying around. I like dodge jumping, but it makes a lot of noise. Every time you pick up a gun, every time you pick up ammo, every time you pick anything up, it makes a sound marker, and your opponent should be able to hear the entire map. So no matter what you pick up, they can hear it, and they're going to come get you. So you're trying to break control. You're actually trying to be pretty sneaky. You're trying to not let them know where you are. So I would recommend walk around the level. Don't be so loud, you know. Sometimes it's actually smarter not to pick up health, even if you need it, just because it's going to make that noise. Catch them off guard and hit them with one of the big ticket items. I mean, you can always try to poke down with a lightning gun, but odds are they have a lightning gun too, and they're going to hit you if you hit them. If you're playing someone good, got to kind of know, if I try to hit him, he's going to hit me back. You can't just rely on out-aiming them all the time, especially because if you're the one breaking control, you're probably down on health. They probably have more health than you, so you don't just want to rely on your aim to try to out-aim them. And if you're playing against players that are good, they're not going to let you out-aim them. They're going to aim just as good as you. So I hope you guys are able to put this into action and dominate some of your friends at Unreal Tournament. Show them how good you are at map control, and you have a great time playing the game. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be posting a few more here about tips and tricks on how to play this game, how to duel like a pro. I'll see you guys later.